Let's cover this. And definitely science.
Of gamers everywhere. I still remember all
EA is not a good company. Hasn't been for a while. This acquisition has given some people hope. I'm sorry to say this, but your game is dead. I am no longer interested in the Battlefield because this acquisition has basically confirmed that it was too late for them.
all those years ago when they were voted the, I think it was the most hated company in America, or it might have just been point blank worst company in America.
It was worst company.
There are no saints over there at the EA office, but I definitely think there are worse companies, but it just goes to show...
No, you're right. There are worse companies, but I feel like they were in the running for worse.
You, the pure disdain people have for EA...
Here's the issue. People don't realize that people don't think about, wait a minute. I can pull it up. People forget what was made by EA. Dragon Age Origins, Battlefield 3, Burnout, Titanfall, The Sims, Skate, Dead Space, Mass Effect Trilogy. Yeah, they're bad now, but you won't get those games anymore. At all. Unless they sell them off. There's some hope that they might sell off all the extra stuff besides the sports games. And maybe Battlefield. And I think I'm kind of surprised. Isn't Assassin's Creed one of them? Alice's Madness. Alice Madness Returns. Command and Conquer. Medal of Honor. Star Wars Battlefront. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Wing Commander. Yeah, they had some good games. But you will not see those games at all anymore unless they sell them off. Because they're only interested in money now. You thought they were only interested in money before. Really, they were just interested in the investors. So that gave it should have given them the incentive to be, like, try to make things gamers like. Didn't really. Now it's definitely is not their prerogative. Their prerogative is money, first and foremost. So what you can look forward to in EA
their practices. They have not
is
been well
the NBA
liked
games,
for a
and
very
that's
long
it.
time. But you know who does like them? The Saudi Arabian government. They like
Yeah.
them so much that they are buying EA.
And what actually happened here, it says 55 billion. They spent 35 billion. But Boca, it says 55. 20 of that was paid for by the bank. Like, they got into a deal with the bank. So now EA is $20 billion in debt.
For $55 billion. Now, it's not just the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund that's buying them all on their own outright. They've actually got a whole Royal Rumble going halvesies with them, so they've got fucking superstars like Silver Lake and Jared Kushner's affinity partners doing...
I don't think we should even care about the Jared Kushner thing. I highly doubt that comes up as even a thing.
This deal with them. So they've got like the superstars of slime here that are forking up 55 billion clams to...
Here's my hope. This is what I hope. They get rid of, in the interest of wanting to make more money, they get rid of the EA store. They make their developers make it where people don't have to go through the EA store to play their games. That's what I'm hoping. Because if they get rid of that, they might actually make some money on the the Assassin's Creeds and stuff. They'll make money on. The old ones, they'll absolutely make money on those. I don't know if it'll be $20 billion. It'll probably be like $1 billion or $2 billion. Will polls ever matter? I feel some judgment in the chat.
EA. EA was a publicly traded company, but obviously with this will no longer be.
It's a private company now, so like there's hope that they won't capitulate to investors anymore. They won't. They'll capitulate to Saudi Arabia and the people that actually own them now, which will be money first, maybe gameplay second. I will say there's more chance of gameplay now.
Making it private. Now, there is one other name here that's very important to this deal. JP Morgan. Because you see, Darman fam,
18 billion of which is expected to be funded at close. They're going to fire a ton of people and sell off a lot of assets, is my guess. I'm hoping one of those things is they'll release a little affidavit that says also the EA store is not like required to play these games anymore. That'll sell a lot of their games. Morning, Boca Ball. You need sleep.
$20 billion of debt is being committed by JP Morgan for this deal, 18 billion of which is expected to be funded at close. Now, what does this mean for you? Someone who might just be excited for Battlefield coming out. Well,
here's the thing. Battlefield's gonna cost $80 probably. Also, if they don't sell Battlefield, it's going to get lots of AI updates. Like, you're gonna get AI stuff. Like, you're not getting real artists making your cosmetics anymore for that game.
20 billion is a big number. If you converted that to pounds, it's nearly as heavy as your mother, bitch.
Wow! Savage. Savage. Fatality.
Point is, $20 billion is what EA is now responsible to pay back. It's debt.
Debt.
And what are the ways that you can look to try and squeeze some more juice from the lemons here? More microtransactions. Something
Microtransactions are going to be the way. AI is going to be the way.
EA is very
not going to be good updates.
Famous for. Another strategy EA might employ is layoffs. Again, something they're not a stranger to. And I predict, as well as I've seen other people also make this prediction, you know, I'm not fucking Baba Vanga over here with some kind of galaxy brain speculative theory. I would imagine they're going to start closing studios like BioWare.
I could see that happening though.
I think BioWare is going to be their big one. Their games have not been performing well financially for EA for a while. Anthem, into Dragon Age, the Veilguard, they're not crushing it in their sales numbers.
They are absolutely either getting sold off afterwards or disbanded. Most likely sold off.
Component of EA. Maybe not in like the grand scheme of like billions of dollars, but that still is a sizable chunk of change, and I think they're going to be checking under every single cushion on the sofa, looking for any way of finding more money to pay back this debt. I would imagine there's going to be even more excessive microtransactions just desperately trying to claw into your wallet to get you to spend money in their games, and I think there's going to be layoffs and studio closures.
Studio closures, absolutely, but I think the Saudi prince is not stupid with money, so he will probably sell them off rather than close them. If he can.
Studios. So I think that now with this 20 billion debt on the plate...
So don't be surprised if Microsoft gets a few more companies or studios.
They're going to be even more aggressive. That's what I expect, and I've seen a lot of other people also
they absolutely
have that
will.
same idea in their head. It just feels like that's...
If anything to go by those other games, though, there will be better gameplay, presumably.
Probably the direction EA will go. And I also saw it being reported by a lot of outlets that apparently the new EA owners are hopeful that AI will be their saving grace here for cutting costs.
Yeah, see, like I
and
told you,
boosting
AI is going to be a
profits.
big...
Which, again, AI, the entire purpose right now is just for the sake of saving money on the bottom line by replacing workers. So you don't have to pay salary to people. You can just have AI spit shit out. According to a report that is paywalled, so again, I'm getting this secondhand from all the other reports reporting on that one. But apparently it was stated that AI would be used to boost EA's profits in the coming years and to manage a large debt load on a company that historically carried limited net debt. Now, I've yapped about this strategy endlessly, and it's clearly not exclusive to EA. Every company on the planet right now is scrambling to try and get...
Every company on the planet is trying to shove AI where it doesn't belong or where it's not needed to try to obfuscate their bottom line.
The fucking AI and a titty twister so they can utilize it to save money. And there's going to be plenty of other gaming companies that will follow suit. Even with EA, even if EA wasn't being purchased for $55 billion with $20 billion in debt, they would still 100% be trying to use AI to save.
They were probably already in the works. Probably not the studio that's making Battlefield. Most likely, because it looks like they weren't even interested in like some of the more egregious stuff. Like, literally made a game without DLSS. So that shows you they didn't care about AI that much.
Money. I'm sure it's already happening across the entire industry right now. In fact, I've got a little tinfoil hat conspiracy theory that Ubisoft CEO is actually just AI. I don't think there's a single human being left in that food chain there at the upper echelon, because there is no way a sentient, living, breathing organism could have come up with ideas as stupid as Ubisoft has. But in this case...
That is a very interesting theory. It might actually be a real thing.
Again, it's not...
Because he's not wrong. They have got some of the stupidest ideas.
Exclusive to EA, they're just being a little more open about it, I guess, about how they're going to utilize AI to cut these costs. Now let's talk about the new owners of EA. One of them being the Saudi Arabian government. Now, if you've been paying attention to the state of tech, or even the state of sports, or esports...
Like I'm saying, I'm thinking the way they're getting that 18 billion is selling off all the extra stuff. Most likely. And like firing a lot of people and laying off a lot of people. I have a feeling mostly what they're going to focus on is the sports games. And the EA, and the what you call it, not...
You probably know sports or esports.
Esports, yeah, that it.
Probably know the Saudi Arabian
like my brain was having a
government's
moment.
been getting its fingers in a lot of different pies here. They've been exploring tons and tons of different companies and brands to own. And it's been going on for a few years now. A handful of years now. And I don't think it's going to slow down or stop anytime soon. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm confident Saudi Arabian government will continue to snatch up tons of major brands and companies across the globe. And if you don't mind, I'd like to go on a bit of a side tangent here. I'd like to blabber a bit. Esports. Many of you know I've been in the esports space for 5 years now. Started with Moist Esports, now Shopify Rebellion. So, as an owner of an esports team, I can tell you firsthand, Saudi Arabian government wants to basically own the entire fucking industry there. And they're already getting very close with things like the Esports World Cup. Most recently, EVO, where they're the majority owner of EVO. They have infinite money. So in a...
For those of you who are like confused as to why they want to own all this stuff, they don't want to make it clear, but there's like a lot of clear signs that they're preparing for when the oil runs out. Or when the oil stops being like as profitable as it is. Because they like their lifestyle and they want to keep it. Which is super luxurious, palaces and everything. And That is why. They are looking for the most profitable thing, and they want to be the owners of it. Basically, they want oil too.
Seen like esports, which money is a myth. There is, as I've said numerous times, there is no money to be made in esports. It is just an absolute endless pit of agony when it comes to financials. Me, it's fine bleeding money there because I'm doing it under the idea that I'm going to lose this money, but I'm investing in it because what I get out of it is fun. I love the spirit of competition. I love esports. It's why I had Moist Esports, and it's why I now have Shopify Rebellion, so I could expand the esports space and have more things to watch and support more players. I love it. But any business that wants to get into esports hates it because you just lose money. And the Saudi Arabian government obviously noticed that, so what they did is they put the chemical X into the sector, money. They've given tons and tons of teams tons and tons of money to support things like the EWC and to own things in the esports space because, well, without them they're not making money, so they feel they absolutely have to play ball. I of course have seen this firsthand, but have declined all of that mumbo jumbo. I haven't been shy about it. I've told you straight up numerous times, I don't watch the EWC, I don't support it at all, I don't watch it in private, nothing. I think that shit sucks. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but the Saudi Arabian government's got a whole host of issues, human rights violations out the wazoo. I'm sure I don't need to go into a ton of detail into the nitty gritty. And honestly, just the whole idea of a government deciding that it wants to get its grubby paws around an entire industry and own the entire sector outright.
They own the entire oil industry. Of course they want to own this.
Right? That's fucking terrible.
Like I said, oil too.
So yeah, I don't like this at all. I hate what's happening in the esports space where every organization, every game, every brand basically has to suckle the teat of Saudi Arabia in some way, shape, or form. I don't like the direction. Now, of course, I understand why it's got to that point because there's just no money there, but it doesn't change the fact that I don't like it. Now, we have had players on our teams participate in like the EWC because, as I've always said, we don't take player winnings, so them winning doesn't bring money back to us or anything, and I'm not going to get in the way of any of our players going and making their own decisions on how they want to like make a bag or something. That is entirely up to them, all power to them, and there's no ill will there at all. But they've not represented Moist Esports at the EWC or anything like that. I know this is a long-winded tangent, but the point is, the Saudi Arabian government is doing this not only in just like EA or esports, but all across this whole spectrum of technology and entertainment. In fact, just look up things that the Saudi Arabian government, like the PIF, has like percentages of. It's a lot. It's a ton of things, and many other video game companies, by the way. This is just their biggest buyout. This is huge. $55 billion for EA is big. And I do think there will be some noticeable changes to a lot of EA games and
there will be some huge, massive changes.
Property. I think we're going to be in an era of even greedier EA garbage, if such a thing is even fathomable. So yeah, overall, I don't think this is going to be like an
use Gamer Sweat as
EA
Oil 2.
Games.
I say Oil 2 is a metaphor. They want the next thing that basically everyone pays for. You see what I mean? They're going to microtransaction the hell out of their games. That, or they're going to make them expensive.
Or anything like that. I don't think consumers are going to walk away from this kind of deal with a big W for the quality of games we're going to start receiving here. I guess I'm willing to be proven wrong, but I highly fucking doubt that. I think it's going to be net negative changes across the board for EA games going forward. But one other thing I want to briefly mention, I've seen some people talking about EA in this story as if they're like some kind of defenseless victim or something, like, oh no,
they're not.
The Saudi Arabian government,
they dug their grave long ago and kept digging it. The Battlefield, the part that's making Battlefield is just one small part, and they were the first ones to try to change the tide. They just started too late.
EA hit its clutches and there was nothing EA could do. Motherfucker, they could have just said no. They didn't have to make.
And also, it's the owners of EA that sold it. You know, the people that made all those decisions you don't like. They're the ones that sold it. No one at EA besides them had that power, and they were like, free payday? Yes. And now someone will blame you guys instead of us? Win-win for me! Realize that a lot of these people fail upwards. Until they get to this point in which they absolutely sell because paycheck.
Like,
Huge,
like
massive
EA is
paycheck.
the good guy of the story or anything here. Like, this is across the board just greed. Like, it's
100%
just
greed.
absurd. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So, yep.
Yeah. That was penguins. Obviously give him a like. You're probably already subscribed. Oh my god. You guys are messed up. Alright. Lovely, lovely React video by Fritada. Fritada! Have a great stream. Thank you, Buggy. Ooh, look! Farming game! Palworld farming game!
What kind?
We didn't have any Nintendo themed game of that. That's good. Oh, wait.
A cheap shot, Joel.
I'm suing, I'm on it.
Fritada!
War.
Anyone else notice the computer's going a little slow? Maybe it's just me.
War never changes. Well,
Not gonna lie. Rabonia using a chainsaw, much cooler than Ditto being the farmer.
I mean, in the case of...
Also, it shows Nintendo does not pay attention to Pokemon enough because they made Ditto the farmer. Which means the farmer is technically compatible with every other mon on the farm. All I'm saying.
Pocket Pair and their war with Nintendo are
They
more
get
like
a mod that's less than
Nintendo's
savory. That's
war
their fault.
with Pocket
They get a mod that's less than savory for that game. It's their fault.
Pair. It's a war that we want to continue.
You know what weakness is, Steve? Weakness is believing that competition is healthy.
Because it brings out
That's a wild statement.
innovation, and it brings out the best. I mean, in Pocket Pair anyway. Nintendo absolutely refuses to improve even after all of this, as we saw at the Nintendo Direct with Pokemon Legends ZA and how much they want to absolutely rip you off there. And yet, in spite of that, people will still buy it.
The ceiling bird cries for sustenance.
In spite of an ongoing lawsuit, in spite of the fact that Nintendo came out and said mods do not count, mods don't innovate.
The only reason I noticed it, Stealth, is because my chat is degenerate, and every now and then someone in chat likes to joke that they're gonna start saying it in a TTS.
Mods are not real video games, in spite of patenting the ability to summon characters to fight for you in a 3D.
Also, it shows Nintendo doesn't like pay attention to its stuff, at least when it comes to Pokemon, because Ditto can completely mimic hair. So why has it got the droopy stuff that it has here? It was just an excuse to use less graphics. Hi, Sentry.
Playing and trying to patent the ability to ride creatures into battle and stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a video about how Digimon, before Palworld even did anything, they already their commercial for their new game quite literally as a call out to Nintendo.
Other game companies still don't give two shits, as we saw.
Also, Hitmonchan being the way you mine? Huh? Are they just using the first 150 Pokemon? Because if that's the case, There's Rhyhorn. There's that would like just be a drill. There's Diglett. There's I feel like there's like 2 more I'm not thinking of. There's Golem. There's one other one. I feel like technically you could even say Machop. But I guess, no. I don't know. My avatar seems to have new expressions. No, that's because I'm using the actual mouth for it. That's why, like, the expressions change a little bit.
Without hesitation, create a competent Mario Kart competitor in Sonic.
Which is hilarious. Sonic Racers is destroying Mario Kart. As I knew it would. And sadly, I don't even think Kirby Air Ride competes with it.
Racing. Pocket Pair has continued their tradition. Now, I just want to remind all of you, yes, I know, I keep getting told, Frit, where is the Palworld Poker Rap parody that you promised us? Well, as you can see here, it's been in a long process. I actually want to give you guys something a lot more than the average content creator will. You know, I don't want to be like Nintendo creators here, crying about how he quit his job while having 3 kids and trying to do YouTube, and all he does is upload videos with like no editing, minimal effort, 0 creativity. I'm not that kind of content creator.
I understood that reference.
You guys deserve the best, and I will give you the best. I'm going to create something beautiful for you. Thank you for 110,000 subs. I promise you, it's almost done. In the meantime,
do I plan on playing the Digimon game? I would love to play the Digimon game.
Anyways, at the recent Nintendo Direct, it was revealed to us that the Pokemon Company has a brand new title that was obviously a blatant rip-off of Dragon Quest Builders. The name of the game is Pokepia.
I don't even understand the Hitmonchan thing. This makes sense for cutting. Scyther does. Like, most of the mods make sense, but then you have Hitmonchan being the way you mine? Huh?
Nintendo shamelessly takes other people's ideas that they did not create and try to make it seem like it's their own, which is quite poetic in their current
They
predicament.
literally have Timber and Drillbur. They have Drillbur!
Against Palworld. You'd figure after making their life a living hell, Pocket Pair would finally stop trying to pick that fight with Nintendo.
Sadly, Sentry reverse that statement, and that's how a lot of people think. Well, actually, more like both have hotties, but yeah.
But instead, we got a reveal of a brand new game from them. And it is so on the nose, and it's so blatantly obvious what they're trying to do. Check it out. All right, what do you got for... Wait a minute.
That text box looks familiar.
Bubble looks awfully familiar. Hold on, where have we seen this? Gotta pay off my debt. What? Hold on. Hold up. Wait a
I
minute.
spent all day in Bocos neighborhood
Oh,
smashing
they did it.
pumpkins, and I got them all.
You had to say it. Hi, Reader! Happy birthday, Reader! Happy birthday! Hi, Nephis, Pas, Natha, Hi, Kadu. Hi, Doll. Oh, Doll's coming back. Hi, Peace! Are you guys still there? I had to go back through the chat to update it. That's why I'm just now seeing some of my YouTube chats. My screams are cute and fun. No, I'm not! Also, I have to smite Alan. Give me a second. They insulted the pumpkin. They have to die. I'm sure YouTube understands, right? Right? I swear to God, you better not have left after waiting only a minute. and Nathus and Peace. What did y'all didn't even wait like 3 minutes. Y'all were just like, hi, Boca. Leaves. Boca didn't notice me. Senpai. Have you seen that Pokemon completely copied Dragon Quest for quite a lot of creatures? I have heard that. I have heard that. No! No kickles. I'm not cute. I am dangerous. Oh yeah, this looks way better than the Pokemon one.
No shame.
Even if this is like, even if this is like an early proof of concept.
The timing is too.
Even if this is an early proof of concept, like it's not gonna have like this level of graphics. Still looks pretty good.
Convenient. By God, they're actually doing it. They are actually giving Nintendo the middle finger.
That's basically what this entire commercial is. I'm not a cute dragon girl. I mean, pick out the cute part. Funny you say that, Luigi. Funny you say that. I also say that.
Oh, you can fish? Okay, no. She got a chainsaw!
That's what made me want to watch this. That right there, Rabonia cutting down a tree.
I'll take your entire stock.
Apparently it is being worked on. Like, I think this is just a proof of concept kind of thing. But...
The pals have chainsaws. Why does this look better than actual Palworld? Wait a minute. Oh my God, Bucky! You beautiful bastard! You don't give two shits. Oh, I love it. Oh, look at that.
Lesbians.
Palworld.
Why is this yandere Pokemon marrying 2 people? Why?
Palfarm. Oh my God! Nintendo is not going to like.
I'm suing. I'm going. I'm going. And this is an insult to Pokemon right here.
Palworld cross with Animal Crossing, crossed with Harvest Moon, crossed with Dragon Quest Builders, maybe?
Threw a ball to catch it.
We gotta read the comment, because I know people are thinking exactly what we're thinking. I see you, Pocket Pear. I see the spite, and
I see the spite, and I respect it. Luigi! Rewatch allegations!
I respect it. Yes! One of us! One of us! One of us! Oh my God. Nintendo files patents for character moving around in a game environment, interacting with said environment.
That's literally what is gonna happen. Nintendo's gonna try to file that patent now. Yeah, we could probably watch that.
Environment and causing changes in the environment to take place via items acquired through gameplay. Yep, I can already see it. We're gonna have to give Florian Muller a call and ask him, is any of this against Nintendo's patents? Well, Nintendo hasn't patented those things yet,
There's
but
a trailer for a
expectations
game.
are that
There's a trailer for a game that is Pokemon meets with zombies. Why is my game going slow? What are we dealing with here, buddy? Give me 1 second, guys. Like, things are taking, like, too long to load. Like, I'm noticing the loads. So I'm trying to figure out. Seems fine, I think. No, I doubt they do that. It'd be funny if they tried.
Anything Palworld does, any single change Pocket Pair makes to their video games, I fully expect Nintendo to try and patent out of spite. The timing of this and that Pokemon spin-off is crazy. It really is. And it's no coincidence. We know exactly why they did it. Pocket Pair is giving the middle finger to Nintendo.
It's literally a middle finger.
In the same vein as Sonic Racing did to Nintendo. Everybody is telling Nintendo to fuck off. The timing of this, like I said, it's so obvious that Bucky decided to release this trailer a week after the new Pokemon farming Minecraft knockoff title. If this isn't them sending a clear message.
Now here's my question. I'm actually very curious. And it's gonna be funny to find out the actual, like, process of events. But was Palworld working on this before or after Nintendo was working on theirs? I would be very curious to know. Because if Palworld was working on it before, Nintendo's in trouble.
To Nintendo that no, we're
because
not
that's called a countersue angle.
I don't know what else is. They really don't care. You can continue to spend all your money on lawyers, Nintendo. They're not backing down. As a matter of fact, they may actually be growing as a result of your jealousy and envy.
Oh, they are absolutely growing because of the envy and jealousy. The power numbers have actually gone up a little bit.
Nintendo lawyers are seething.
It's basically every time Pokemon does something stupid, more people see Palworld and are like, okay, I'll give it a chance. Or the more Nintendo, like, does something bad to their brand, Palworld gets, like, a new player.
Side of Palworld people, as usual. Yes! I love it!
Okay.
Oh my god. They just like me, for real, for real. We need Palworld Stadium next. It would be one of the most epic chess moves in gaming. We really do. We need every single one. Next what we need is a Palworld Safari game. We need Palworld Safari. Could you?
No, you know what we need? Palworld. Someone send this to the Palworld people on, like, Twitter or something. Palworld. All I'm saying is, now think about it. Palworld Coliseum. You already had that concept of being able to steal people's Pokemon, people's pals. You could still use that concept. We can, and you don't even need to use the excuse that they're like violent mons. You can go like a full rogue option or something, or like you could have Shadow Pals, but have it where like the player can catch all the mons. All I'm saying.
Imagine, oh my god, the war Nintendo would have in court over that. Okay, I will say, not only does this look like it's obvious,
like I wouldn't put it past that Palworld Pokemon or Nintendo somehow found out that Palworld was working on a farming sim. I would not discount that as a possibility.
A big ass middle finger to the new upcoming Pokemon
and
game.
So they like put out a really quick, bad made one.
Better. I will show you, because look at Pokopia. Just look at the visual comparisons of these two titles.
Like, I can understand that you could give them the argument that they were trying to make it look like Minecraft and basing it off of Minecraft and like trying to get like the cell shading of like Stardew and stuff. This still looks bad. Look at the water in the background. Even Minecraft does a better water texture. Even their basic water texture is better. This looks like blue blocks with water, with white dots on it.
Yeah. Not the kind of grass you want to smoke, though. Ugly ass character. I know it's a ditto, but it's ugly as fuck.
And it's not even like real, like I said, it shows they don't pay attention to their designs, because Ditto has always been portrayed as being very good at mimicking stuff. So to have it have like, doesn't even look realistic person. Do all the people in this world look like this? Is that what they're trying to say?
The number of people with the
I mean, look at this.
AMD
Look at the effort.
platform
Look at what
mechanic
Nintendo's
mode is
giving you. Look at
crazy
these
with Rainbow
shitty
and
ass
COD coming out
visuals,
soon.
shitty ass graphics, simplicity. And then look at the trailer to this game. Look at this. We got a piano. Look, you got actual foliage.
Hard to say if this is a proof of concept or this is the actual engine they're using. I wouldn't be surprised though if this is actually like, these are probably going to be assets replaced, like the backgrounds and stuff. It's probably going to be closer in design to the pals. Because I will say that the area around the pals seems more realistic than the pals.
You actually have really nice looking visuals. You got the goddamn chainsaw cutting down trees.
But I will say the Pokemon's one looks way worse.
And look at that, even the gun rendered in this game looks of higher quality than any asset in that Pokemon title. Yet again, Pocket Pair just couldn't. Look, you can make snowballs that continue to outdo Pokemon. And what's more, it's gonna be cheaper.
All I gotta say is, why is the yandere presiding? It's got a butcher knife in its hand!
And it's gonna be better. You know it's gonna be better. The designs are better. How is it possible, Nintendo, that you keep getting outclassed at what you're supposed to be #1 in? Look at this. Everything about this game looks infinitely better than Pokopia. Pokopia.
I will say this. Them making this feels like an excuse that they can sue the Minecraft thing. Because remember, their lawyers tried to claim that mods aren't real games. Because some mods were discounting their attempts at their patents and stuff. But their lawyers were claiming, oh, those aren't games. They're basically trying, through this lawsuit, not only are they trying to make it where they can control gaming, they're trying to make it where they can just arbitrarily sue all those ROMs that were made and stuff, and all those mods in other games. They're trying to open the door to sue other companies with this lawsuit.
Whatever, it's a gay fucking name. Who cares? It's gay. Everything about this title screams rushed.
It does look rushed. It looks like someone took a picture of took a Minecraft world, then like cell shaded it, then added the Pokemon characters. Because it doesn't look actually well like designed in some areas. Like that's right there. This right there. I don't know if y'all can, yeah, y'all can see my mouse. But that over there, next to this, kind of screams like Minecraft-ish. Because this is dirt with grass block. And this is either gravel, which it kind of looks like, or stone. No, that's stone right there. This might be gravel?
Everything about this title screams, we care. We want to give you a better product. And we want to show Nintendo how much better we...
But this this scene right here, I feel like it's definitely like they rendered it out. But I'll actually freak out if this is the actual graphics. Like, graphics don't mean much to me, but this is kind of what Pokemon should have done. Because this is what
and give them
people
the middle
that
finger while
wanted the
How
farm in
can you not
Pokemon
want
games to
support
look
something
like.
this. I'm buying it. I'm
They
getting
wanted
it.
to look
I need
like
it. I want to send Nintendo a message that
alternate
Pokemon
reality-ish.
is not the king anymore. The very fact that we're getting a spin-off, and not even just the fact that we're getting the spin-off, but that the spin-off title was revealed nearly around the same time Nintendo revealed this, you know it's intentional. They don't care, and I get...
You know what I bet? They've been working on this game way longer, and they didn't plan on releasing info about it yet. But they saw Pokemon do that, and they were like, you guys want to do some trolling? That's what they thought. You know that was their thought. They're like, we can let people know about our game and get the greatest publicity while we do it. Consumer, thank you. I won't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Give them so much respect for it. The leap in quality here is just insane. Why is it that Pokopia can't look like this? Explain that to me, Nintendo. Explain to me why your critters cannot look this cool.
That's because it's Pokemon. Pokemon does not... I would say the last time they even got close to realism was Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2. And apparently those were their worst performing Pokemon games. So I feel like they're allergic to anything that looks even slightly realistic.
Why
I feel like that's the lesson they learned.
For your game cannot look this cool. Why there seems to be so many more...
What's hilarious is Black and White are one of the most favorited games now. It's somehow Pokemon doesn't understand that. The reason why I did bad then, and it's amazing now, is because more people have grown into... Even more people have grown into the, like, the demographic for that game. Like, they love Pokemon, but they appreciate Black and White because it's closer to what they want now.
Gameplay mechanics going on here. Why the music is better. Why the activities look better. Everything looks better. And this is what you give people this. Look at this. Look at that shitty ass little water.
That's what I was saying. The water looks like it's a square. Like, yeah, it like feels a square niche thing, but this one, it doesn't even try. It only has a little tiny dip at the top corner. Like, why? It's like a pipe. A square pipe.
On the... I can't. It's supposed to resemble Minecraft graphics, but goddamn, it just looks
like, yeah, I understand that, but it doesn't. It feels like Minecraft with like a tiny sepia, dumbed down graphics put over it.
Shit. And over here, we have something that just looks nice, pleasing to the eye, fun. I cannot believe I'm actually going to pick up a title like this, because usually things like this make me feel gay. Like, I never thought in a million years I would find myself playing Sonic Racing. Never did I think I'd be playing this. Never did I think I'd be playing Digimon, but everything that isn't Nintendo related just makes me happy. It gives me a raging boner. Just knowing Nintendo will not get my money. Knowing that fucking suckers, losers, who are still stuck having a parasocial relationship with this product are getting shafted, and me, who has never had a single parasocial relationship with any gaming company, is reaping all the benefits with zero loyalty. It's proof that your dollar gets you less from Nintendo. I love it though. The war continues. Now all there is left to do.
I have a feeling my
new Zelda clone.
what you guys are talking about, I have a feeling my card might be one of those cards that's not completely updated. I'm a little scared. Like you noticed today, like it seems like it's delayed in like when I'm clicking on stuff and stuff.
Clone, a new Mario Bros clone, which I mean there's a bunch of those, but
see, like,
but if we had an actual platform
but hopefully we'll be fine.
That was supposed to be in Italian, could you imagine Nintendo's outrage? The era of Nintendo alternatives is here, and I am all for it. As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about starting a new video series called Alternatives to Nintendo, where I recommend the best games that are like Nintendo games, but better, cheaper, and don't financially support one of the most evil gaming companies on the planet. Let me know what you think of that video.
What's hilarious is when he gets to Monster Catcher that can run on any hardware, I think he should suggest some Pokemon ROMs. Some fan games. I think he should suggest fan games.
Video idea. As a matter of fact, I kind of regret mentioning it now because Alex might steal that idea. What the fuck is Nintendo going to do now? What is their next
on my
legal
AM5
move here? Because you know they're gonna feel threatened by this too.
Oh yeah, the Battlefield 6 is going to be massive because it literally is doing what players care about. It's like, okay, we'll just do realistic shooter and stuff, and we'll like make it for low-end hardware so that everyone can run it very well.
Give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.
Fritanga sucks ass.
That's pretty good though. What you guys think?